I don't know why I just kept doing that. My voice just broke. Anyway, welcome back to another video, guys. Today we're going to be looking at images from the LA fires. So let's look up LA fires. Oh my god. Dang. Look at all these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 fires? You've got to be kidding me. Has it reached Los Angeles yet? Damn! Where did I go? I went to live. Like how what? I know I shouldn't be laughing right now, but I just love how one of the options is literally insurance. Insurance! Like, insurance? Like, I don't think you're gonna need some tons of insurance to cover all this. Like, literally. Like, I don't think a couple bucks is going to help you with this. Let me look up LA fire. Plane crash. Is there any plane crashes? Where in the... Oh yeah, squash. Plane. We don't want a drone. Oh, Super Soaker got hit by a drone.
This is how to get in shape fast.
If you want to drop this, start eating more of these. You might think this would take...
Today on the Drone Cam Show, we have breaking news that a civilian drone hit a super...
Cool. Wait, pause. Not cool. Maybe I'll go get my headphones and we can listen to this. Be right back, guys. And I am back. There we go.
Today on the Drone Cam Show, we have breaking news that a civilian drone hit a Super Scooper Canadian Air firefighter plane and is now under investigation by the FAA. Let's go ahead and listen in.
The Super Scooper right there. These are airplanes that are on loan. We actually leased them from Canada during fire season. Well, we understand that Super Scooper was hit by a drone while flying in the Palisades fire this afternoon. We're told the plane is expected to be able to fly again tomorrow. That's very good news because typically we only have 2 of these. Crews out there have the drone that hit the plane. The FAA wants to remind people it's a federal crime to interfere with firefighters and their operations. And flying a drone near wildfires is not only dangerous, it's not recommended, it's illegal.
Now, we have talked about this before on the channel. It is a federal crime to fly over any open wildfire or fire in operation by authorities. If you fly your drone in the vicinity, you can also be targeted under an FAA investigation and be fined up to $75,000.
The whole drone situation being up over the area.
Well, yeah, so the thing is, as soon as fires start breaking out, one of the first things that they start coordinating at the FAA is putting up a flight restriction. There's a flight restriction over the entire Palisades fire from the surface up to 7,000 feet. Now, most drones aren't allowed to be operating above 400 feet anyways, so anywhere within that area, not allowed. Part of the concern that always exists for firefighting aircraft is they're flying pretty low. They're doing a lot of water drops and retardant drops, and if a drone, let's just say, was sitting at 400 feet or something like that, some people do fly higher than that, which is not allowed, but if a drone is at 400 feet and they're going in to try to make some sort of precision water drop, they can end up striking that. That's always the concern. And in previous fires, we've had instances where a drone gets spotted and all the air attack aircraft get told, okay, everybody back off for a minute. We're going to see if that drone is still there, because it is a threat to the aircraft. They got probably pretty lucky that it hit the nose of the aircraft and not any of the engines or anything like that.
Well, yeah, you look at these, you look at the fixed wing there, and then you think about the choppers. They're all rotors. If a drone was to get clipped with one of those rotors or go into the rotors, I mean, it could be catastrophic.
Yeah, so the thing is, I mean, you're thinking about most consumer...
Let's watch it live for at least a little bit of it. First, guys, we have to get out of school.
Did you know Tetris was the first video game played in space?
Oh my god.
What if
pushing them, so it's giving them opportunities to go direct where they can. It's very steep, rugged terrain. There's some areas that they just plain cannot go direct on, so you know, they'll have to back off and let the fire come to them. Let me talk a little bit about conditions right now. One of the indices that we use is called the energy release component. It's a combination of live and dead fuels and their availability to burn. Right now we're sitting at the 95th percentile, so there's only 5% of the days that are worse than today.
Wow.
And it's January. These are conditions we would expect to see September, October. So, you know, everything out there is available to burn, and it is burning. I just looked at one of the weather stations. I think it was like 0.43 inches of rain we've had so far this season. So not a lot of rain. That explains the availability of the fuels. So in the absence of wind, we're not expecting the fire to make any significant pushes. It's going to remain pretty active until we can get line on it. But without the wind, we're not expecting the fire to significantly move at all. The main areas where we have the potential, or with the lack of wind, the fire is going to want to burn upslope rather than downslope like it did with the wind. So we may see a little bit of movement over here and a little bit up in this Mount Wilson and Mount Low area. End of report.
Thank you for that fire update. Our next update will be from the weather, James White.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is James White. I'm the incident meteorologist here on the incident. And as the incident meteorologist, my job is to provide localized and detailed weather information to ensure both firefighter and public safety, but to also aid in planning for the fire and for the incident.
We have the darn weather service.
This whole event, one reason it really started was all because of weather, right? And so we saw those extreme winds just a couple days ago as they blew through the area. Thankfully, as you heard from the fire behavior analysts, those winds have been backing off day by day. And as we've headed through the day today, winds have been pretty calm, especially at the lower elevations around the fire. We did have some gusty wind there up top early this morning, and even that is back down now as well. So that's good news. It's provided lots of opportunity for improved conditions all around the fire. As we head through tomorrow, we'll keep those moderated
How is
conditions
he, like,
into the
keeping
future,
so
but we
calm?
are going to have another red flag period, likely early Sunday morning, so late tomorrow night into early Sunday morning. Again, we're pretty sheltered here, so while the mountains are going to see really strong winds again, we're not expecting any strong winds like what we saw down here. So most of the area will be sheltered, and we won't see very poor conditions. We'll keep those moderate conditions into early next week. We are tracking the potential for another Santa Ana wind event around Tuesday. That event looks a little bit stronger. So some of those conditions with that event, we could get some of those stronger winds mixing back down. Some of the higher end scenarios
Oh my
show
god! Is he okay? I think he froze. Still, this is a picture and a half.
Order zone or evacuation warning zone within the city of Los Angeles will be physically booked for a violation of California Government Code Section 8665. A violation of the curfew order is a misdemeanor punishable by a fine not to exceed $1,000 or by imprisonment not to exceed 6 months or both. This countywide curfew order is enforceable in the city of Los Angeles by LAPD officers. Enforcing a curfew is an important tool that will help keep the burn areas and the evacuated properties secure, keeping looters out. This effort also helps protect public safety personnel who are operating in darkness in very difficult conditions. Our community is facing significant challenges, and ensuring the safety and well-being of our residents is our top priority. The LAPD and our law enforcement partners are actively maintaining law and order in areas impacted by the fires. Officers are patrolling these areas to deter criminal activity and to help ensure public safety. To bolster these efforts, the City of Los Angeles Palisades Fire Incident Command is currently developing a vetting process to support private fire prevention and security entities safely entering the fire area.
This is
being done as a force multiplier for law enforcement efforts. The process for allowing private support entities will entail the agency or company requesting access to provide Palisades Fire Incident Law Enforcement Liaison. And what the process will look like, their contact information for credentials will be verified, the exact resources requested to be allowed access to, the date and times access was requested, the approval from the Incident Operations and Safety. The law liaison will advise law enforcement agencies via emails about the following items once they have been verified. Law enforcement will distribute to deputies and officers in the field a list of those authorized for each operational period. So each day you come out, it'll be a new pass for those that'll have access. An access pass will be also issued to the support entity authorized for access. I want to stress that this is not an invitation for residents to repopulate areas that are evacuated. Remaining properties have no access to power, water, or gas, and major hazards such as debris and wires still remain in the roadways. Also, please be aware that many household items that have burned are now toxic and can present significant health risks. We recognize that residents want to protect their property, and we believe this effort helps strengthen our ability to help keep the area safe and get information out to property owners. Lastly, you may see the National Guard present in impacted communities. Their support is invaluable during the emergency, enabling law enforcement to help focus on crime suppression. The National Guard is assisting us in the following areas: traffic control. They're managing roadways and ensuring access to affected areas is restricted only to authorized personnel. Critical infrastructure security, maintaining security over things that we all need, power poles, power sources, other things like along those lines to ensure that security. Checkpoints, they'll be verifying credentials and restricting unauthorized entry into protected zones.
Oh my God, that's close to Los Angeles.
While the fires in Pacific Palisades remain an ongoing challenge, the LAPD remains on citywide tactical alert which means that all personnel and resources are available to be redirected and redeployed to this incident. I want to assure the community that we're working tirelessly to protect lives, property, and maintain public safety during this critical time. I want to thank everybody who has worked with us, who has cooperated with the requests that we have made, the orders that have been given as far as evacuation and maintaining, as best we can, a semblance of order during this very, very difficult time. We still have fire resources coming in from all over the country to be able to help deal with this major disaster. And so we want to be able to keep it as safe as we possibly can. The measures we put forward here is with an eye to doing that. And so, again, thank you. And thank you to all of you for help getting our message out to the public that we serve.
You're welcome.
I'll take any questions, but limited to our role here from LAPD, the law enforcement function. No questions? I can't speak for the sheriff. We have had...
Well, guys, I know some of my viewers live in California near Los Angeles. I will send you good luck and hope that you're okay. Please comment if you really want to. I hope that I have helped you learn some information. Bye.